Alright guys, we're back with the saga of the wet floors. And last video I posted was this fitting right here leaking, going from the sunroof, front drain down. There's this stupid little 4 inches or 5 inches of plastic right here, and then it goes back into a rubber hose. Why GM did that, I have no idea. Maybe just to keep it from kinking or who knows what. But I tried a zip tie at first, still leaked. Tried a hose clamp, still leaked. Tried a spring clamp, still leaked. And then just now I finally came out and I put some ultra gray RTV on it and a zip tie. So I blew air through the whole thing. It's nice and clean. It's nice and it goes through all the way, so there's no obstructions, and hopefully now we don't have any more drips. So and while I'm sitting in here, I'm hearing something drip, and we still have a wet floor, obviously, because we've got obviously this has been dripping, but this is dripping more towards the seat. This would basically be dripping on my knee, and most of the water that I've seen is actually down by the pedals. So doing a little more looking, and if you look, we've got a whole bunch. I got, let's see, Suburban, Tahoe, and there's a bunch more over there. So we've got a bunch of these that we've kind of been working on. We're still trying to get this one kind of sorted, get the remote start installed, and fix some of the dash and a few other things. But I noticed when I took the Silverado apart last time to put speakers in it that there was a flap of clear plastic that's basically stuck on the back side. Let me move my light here. It's basically stuck along the inside of the door panel, and it goes around the back side of the speaker. And I was like, well, that's kind of a cool thing. We always put the foam baffles on the backs of the speakers anyways. So these guys, just to keep stuff, dust, debris, water, all that out of the actual speakers. But water is one of the big things, especially up here where it rains 200 and something days a year. So and the door panels on this are off. The heater circuit for the seats wasn't working, and I needed to fix the regulator in this door anyways. So while I'm sitting here, I'm looking at what's going on, and off the bottom of the front part of the rail here, you can actually see it dripping ever so slightly. It's not raining that hard right now, but every once in a while you'll hear it drip, and you'll see a drop, come off. There was one right there. And while the door panel itself is off, I can actually see if I can zoom in here. So you can actually see water down there on the gasket dripping. I'll get my knee out of the way so it might focus. There we go. Come on, focus. There we go. So you can see it dripping onto the door gasket. So I wasn't sure if that was actually, causing it to spill over onto the pad. And the pad is actually soaked. But then I looked closer. I said, well, why is the power cable that was running through, there you go, there's a drip right there. It's basically dripping from somewhere up here, right? And I said, well, the door leaking isn't going to cause that. The sunroof drain leaking isn't going to cause that. And I remember my windshield glass guy told me one time, he said, well, a lot of the glass, the guys don't prep it right, and they get fingerprints all over it and don't clean it, and don't get a good compression on the seal when they put the glass in. So I figured, well, the dash is already off. I might as well climb up here and take a look. And this is the very bottom corner of the dash and the windshield. And you can push this gasket around and squeeze water out of it. So whoever did the windshield in this did not do a very good job. So it's basically dripping down here and then following down and dripping onto the floor. So if you have wet floors and you've already exhausted all the other options, pull the dash cover off and see if you got a bunch of water sitting in here. So I already checked too to make sure that there's no water. Zoom back out here. There's no water up in all the body seams, so there's nothing up here that's like coming through the roof rack or anything else through like the body seams or anything like that. So pretty much it looks like as long as this doesn't leak, I'm going to check this tomorrow and see if there's any water on it after it rains all night tonight. And after that, we're going to have the windshield guy come out and fix that, and hopefully we won't have any more damn wet carpet. So hopefully that helps a little more. And yeah, I'm going to get back to work.